So this is the family.
So yeah, like I said, I'm Lucas Shaffer. This is my wife Krista, and my daughter Monica, and her husband Josh. And this is my son Grant and his wife Emma. So we're the ones that run the farm and get all the day-to-day chores done and everything.
Oh, forgot somebody.
There's Fred.
So is this what everybody wants to do?
Yeah.
I don't want to start any family trauma.
I mean, I work on the farm, and Grant works on the farm when he can. Right now, unfortunately, he has to work off the farm. And you're a truck driver, so he's gonna get into that. And then I have a sister. We have a sister. She married another a mechanic, so they live close, about 15 minutes away. So we're all.
And these two were just married, so
Yes,
like
were.
Just 1 week.
A week.
the time of the recording was a week ago. So
So yeah.
So, and I take care of the books mainly, and the pig finisher barn is what I usually do.
don't be shy, Grant.
I just keep everybody rolling. I bounce around to everybody anytime someone needs help, and it pretty much keeps me busy.
Anybody in trouble or anybody breaks down, they call Grant, and he's there to fix anything and keep it moving.
I'm the call that no one wants to make, and it seems like I'm always getting them, so I don't really have much downtime.
And today is Grant's birthday, so happy birthday.
Yep. I do the beef store, of course, and then we have a little girl, Nora. I stay home and babysit most of the time, but I do come out here and.
You babysit your own?
Well, I have kids that I babysit on.
Okay.
I babysit.
It's not babysitting when it's yours.
Yeah, right. It's called parenting. Yeah.
Babysits other children.
Yeah, family, friends around here.
Okay.
I babysit them. Yeah. So.
Well, that's why she's always online.
Yeah. Well, and then she's like taking over or ordering the beef.
I order the beef. I help with certain payroll and different things like that.
She's just been a big help to me, for sure.
Yeah.
This is our home farm where we used to milk cows in this barn for over 20 years, and now we've got rid of that, and our family does beef and crops, and we sell our beef on the farm. So this is our, now instead of milk cows in here, we keep this as our fat cattle. They're getting ready for butcher. We grain feed them in here, and we'll go out to the other barn and show you the mother cows and calves and how we get those started. Okay, now we're in this barn we'd built back when we were dairy farming, and to house more dairy cows to produce more milk. And but since we've gotten out of that, we've transitioned into a beef farm. We like to calve these cows in the fall, so we keep these in the barn. All these calves were born in September, October. So these are all the mother cows, and their calves. We have another herd at another farm. Those cows primarily stay outside, and they calve in the spring. So their calves are much older till winter, before winter, and they can handle the weather and the elements. And it's soon springtime now, so these will soon be out to pasture, and we'll separate the calves soon and start grain feeding them a little harder, getting them ready for butchering.
So how long do you wait until you butcher them?
We start butchering probably at about 18 months old, between 18 and 24 months. Primarily the age we shoot for, yeah.
And they weren't standing up or pooping when we walked in here, so.
Yeah.
So did you grow up farming?
Yeah, I pretty much farmed all my life. As soon as I was old enough to know how to work scissors, I guess, I was cutting tractor and cow pictures out of magazines and taping on my mom's kitchen walls. So Bless her heart, she let me do that. So I got to show everybody that came to visit us all my farming. And from there, wore out all my knees, my jeans, the knees in my jeans, pushing on my toy tractors. And then probably, I don't remember how old. My mom and dad said I was about 7 or 8 when I would start raking hay. I was actually driving the tractor on my own, raking hay. And just from there, I got my first cow when I was 8 years old, from helping my uncle and grandfather. They gave me a calf and raised it up and just kept growing from there. So.
But did your parents farm?
My parents did not farm. This was the farm we're on now is my grandfather's farm, my mother's dad. So it is my family farm, but it basically skipped a generation. I only grew up about a mile out the road, so I grew up here basically. And I had a small herd of my own. My grandfather was still milking cows here, and I probably had about 30 or 40 head of cattle on my own before we bought the dairy herd here back in 2001. I was 22 years old and thought I was old enough to do it all on my own, which we did pretty good. Had a lot of help though. Had a lot of help from the family, and my grandfather helped a long time, guided me in the right direction. And then I always wanted to expand and grow the operation. So if I had any kids, that they had room to stay. We grew the dairy, and we started grain farming, and we're now grain farming about 2,000 acres.
What county we in? I'm not even sure.
Somerset County.
Okay.
A lot of hills and different types of soil, rocky and clay, and it's challenging, but it's where I grew up and we learned how to do it. So mainly corn and soybeans right now, and some wheat. Is our main crops right now. Hay, we bale a lot of hay for the cows. We have about 130 head of beef cattle right now.
So why the switch from dairy to beef?
Mainly as I grew in the grain operation, it just became harder to devote enough time to the dairy cows. It was a good mix at first, I thought. But the cows take a lot of time, and when the weather's nice, we want to be in the fields.
Of course.
And we were slacking on the dairy end a little bit, and I just saw we were slipping, and at the same time we had like I said, I like to grow our operation, so we built a hog finisher barn to house 5,000 pigs, and
oh my.
So we started that, and then we quickly realized we did not have enough time to grain farm, dairy farm, and finish out pigs. So the dairy farm got the short straw, and then we were doing beef also with the dairy, small. We only had probably 15 or 20, but so since we sold the dairy, we just obviously we grew the beef end of it, and then right now we're selling all of our beef off the farm. We have a store, and it's going very well. A lot of local people supporting us, and it's been going really well. So we're very happy, and our children are here in their 20s, and they're farming right alongside of us.
So what is your future look like? or what do you want your future to look like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we just want to get better at everything we do. I mean, that's our goal now. Just trying to integrate all the new technology in any way we can to just do a better job of everything we do, and I'm hoping in the next several years we'll start a transition plan to help bring the kids into the farming operation as part owners, and they have interest in that. And
I mean, in this barn you don't have that many calves.
So in this barn there's about 22 cows with their calves in here, and we have 2 other farms that we have cattle on, kind of the same size, because we have a spring herd and a fall herd. So
about how many cattle do you have?
So we have about 130 altogether right now. Our goal is to get to about 150. So we don't want to go too crazy, but 150 is about what we think we can handle and market. So yeah.
I don't know if that got on film or not. Somebody was doing his job.
Yeah. Primarily have Angus, but some of the cows were from our original dairy herd. We bred so they're half Holstein and half Angus. They produce really nice calves because they have a little extra milk than the full-blooded Angus. But then we bought some Hereford cows off a friend of mine that was selling his cows. And they're a good mix. They're a little bit more docile than the Angus. At least that's what I told my kids, and they don't agree with me all the time. But they're nice animals, and they fatten out nice too if they're fed right with the grain. And so primarily Angus and Hereford is where we're at right now. So I think it's a good mix. Makes a good flavor for them. That was talking to us.
So one of the auctions we went to was a benefit auction for Penn State, Hershey Medical, that area. And the auctioneer bought the kids' forage project, and it graded out prime. And then they went and sold the beef at the auction, and it was Hereford.
Yeah.
I didn't want to insult my dad, but that was really good beef.
Yeah. No, Herefords are good. Black Angus is good, but Black Angus, we joke they spent more money in marketing than the Hereford Association did. But we like them both. They work well together. So we've been breeding with all Angus bulls, so the calves are all crossed calves.
So you go out and buy your bulls?
Yeah, we go out and buy bulls. Usually I just find we're not too much into the registered bulls much. Not saying I never will, but we've just been trying to find good herds and buying bulls out of good that we know are good herds. You know.
So are they primarily from
people
Pennsylvania?
Local, yeah, all from Pennsylvania. Yeah. Okay. Just local farms within 30 miles of here. We just find farms with good herds and buy their breeding stock.
Hi, I'm Emma Shaffer. I'm married into the farm, and I have taken over the social media here for our farm store. We sell our beef directly on the farm, and we do have store hours. In our store, we actually sell some cuts of beef, but we can also do quarter, halves, and wholes for people. And all of our beef is raised directly here on the farm, and that's kind of what we do.
So, guessing steers?
These are
I wouldn't know.
They're heifers and steers.
You wouldn't know. Okay.
These are we just brought these in to this farm to start graining them a little harder. These are heifers and steers, but obviously we butcher steers and heifers. So we just started these on grain probably about a week or two ago. So they'll be on grain for two to 3 months to get them into shape for butchering, to marbleize the meat a little better.
So what do you feed? I mean, obviously.
So yeah, I mean it's a ration, and we do.
If it's trade secret, you don't have to give me the trade secret
I mean,
exactly.
offhand, I mean it's mainly corn, soybeans, obviously minerals. I don't have the exact formula right in front of me, but we do have a nutritionist to make the right rations for the cattle. So to get all their nutrition and everything they need. So all the minerals and vitamins are in there. So in the summertime in the pasture, we just set mineral tubs out, which is mainly a lot of different minerals with molasses. So they like molasses, so it gives them incentive to eat it. So
everybody likes sweets.
Yeah, right. Put a little sweets in with them. So
what we normally feed is actual grain. Now this is chopped down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess our name, we call it chop. It's just a name we've always called it. I don't really know where it came from, but
it's like a powder.
Yeah, it's ground really fine, so it's highly digestible. Because if it's not ground fine, you have too much pass through the animal.
You don't want any corn where it's not supposed to be, right?
Yeah, you don't know corn going out the other end and then the birds eat it. So.
Yeah, you're fed. Come on, load up. Load up. Come on, Emma. See, he's very comfortable in there. He's in there all the time. Like whenever I'm in, he's in there. This is the tractor we use to plant all the corn and spread the manure and use it to haul the grain cart around in the harvest. So I run it a lot to spread manure, and my dad runs it to plant the corn, and then I haul the
So what's Fred
grain.
do?
He just sleeps.
Okay.
He sleeps. And he watches for bunnies and stuff. So yeah, you can tell that's his happy place.
He's gonna be a little upset that he's not going anywhere now.
Yeah, no, tomorrow maybe. So yeah, this is our biggest tractor, T8. It's 390 horsepower. And then we have our T7. We use that right now. It's on the vertical till. We use that to till up some of our ground. It's not like a harsh tiller, but it turns it up. We use that to plant the beans and mow all the hay in the summer.
This is our grain facility for our grain operation. We can hold about 165,000 bushels of grain here. Helps us to market our grain throughout the year rather than all at harvest. It really is a big help. So the first bin here put most of our wheat in, or all of our wheat in, I should say. The next bin is for soybeans, and then the biggest bin behind me is for corn, because we have plant more corn than anything else. And then the grain dryer we just added about 3 years ago. So because all the corn is too high moisture to store in a bin when it comes out of the field, so it has to be dried. So that's this whole facility makes harvest go much faster. We can just bring everything here instead of having to haul to a feed mill or somewhere.
So are you the only ones that use it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I know some guys will.
Right. Yeah. No, we don't buy any grain. We just use it solely for ourselves. So.
I mean, like other grain harvesters would.
Yeah. Right. No, just ours. We farm about 2,000 acres, so we can store most of our grain in these bins. we do haul some corn out during harvest, but most of it's been able to store here.
So don't mind me, because I didn't grow up anywhere near any grain. There's a bin behind the...
Okay. So the bin behind the dryer, that's what we call the wet bin. So that's where we would, when we truck the corn in, it would all go, we put it all in the wet bin. And then the dryer is continuous flow dryer, so it augers right out of the bin when it needs it. It's all automated. So, and the dryer's run by natural gas to make the burns natural gas to heat up the corn about 200 degrees and dries it. It probably dries 400 or 500 bushels an hour, runs through there. So we can harvest all day and dump in the wet bin, and it just pulls it out when it needs refilled, and then there's a big blower. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but there's pipes run up the sides of those bins. It basically just blows the corn to the top, dumps them in the top of them bins right out of the dryer.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. If everything's working right, it runs pretty smooth. So.
Well, it's new. It should run right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the technology makes it nice until something goes wrong, and then you're pulling your hair out trying to figure out what's wrong with it. When a circuit board goes bad, or a relay, or anything like that.
You have to reach out to Emma. She's the tech person, right?
This is our semi truck to haul the grain. We started hauling our own grain in 2013, I think. We just got to the point where we were hiring all our hauling out before that, and it just we felt we were big enough to it just became too much of a hassle to line up trucking, I guess. So we went ahead and got our own, and glad we did for as much as we've grown now, because it's practically a full-time job. Luckily my dad, when he retired, he started working for me, and he drives our truck, so he's our truck driver, so it works out really well. He loves doing it, and we're glad to have him helping us on the farm.
So we've seen that you have a New Holland. We see you have a John Deere. Is there any brand specific that you stick to, or is it?
Not really. When I started, I took over. This was my grandfather's farm. He was 100% John Deere, and not that I don't like John Deere. I do like John Deere, but we've, I guess, strayed a little. Our main equipment, I think, is still John Deere. My corn planter's John Deere. My combine is John Deere. Our balers are John Deere. So I don't know. I think our most important equipment, we're still sticking with John Deere. We have several New Holland tractors now. We have a good New Holland dealer in the area. Somerset Tractor has done really good for us for service, and that's a big deal on a farm. So when they get here, if they get here quick and timely and get the parts to get us up and running again. So we have 4 New Holland tractors now, range from 125 horsepower up to 350 horsepower. So
390.
Yeah, 390. I call it 350, but
okay.
I guess everything else is basically John Deere. We have a New Holland mower, disc bind. It works well for us. So.
How many acres do you have where we're at right now?
So the home farm, there's 267 acres here that we own. A couple years ago, we bought another farm close by. It's 120 acres, and we rent quite a few farms. We're farming 2,000 acres altogether. So.
All in Somerset?
All in Somerset County.
Okay.
But Somerset County, there's no huge fields, so we're spread out in about a 10-mile radius to capture that much land.
So behind us is our pig finisher barn. It holds about 5,000 pigs, and everything's pretty much automated in there. There's feed that just fills up their feeders all the time, and there's a slatted floor underneath, so the pit is actually underneath the barn to catch the manure. And as you can see, the tractor set up right now, so we've started hauling manure, so it goes on the fields in the spring mostly, to capture, you know, all that good nutrients that's in that manure for our crops.
We really like doing the hog barn. It's a good mix with our grain to use the manure for fertilizer, and it's not a lot of work, like she said, but we do about 3 turns a year, meaning we get pigs in. We have them about 4 months till they're finished out to load out.
What's a finished weight for a
So a
pig
finished
these
weight's
days?
about 280 pounds.
Okay.
Now when we empty the barn, we have to pressure wash it all down, which my wife Krista does a fantastic job of doing that also. Wash the whole barn down, disinfect, get ready for the next group, and start all over again.
And we get them at about like 50 pounds. Is
Okay.
when they come in, about 50 pounds.
Would you like to explain why we're not allowed inside?
Yes, well, we are a contract grower, so that means that we built the barn, but the company actually that we use, which is Country View Family Farms, they own the pigs, and they just contract with us to use our facilities and us, you know, to take care of them.
Yeah.
And so the pigs are theirs, and we've signed some things that, you know, we're not allowed having video or cameras in there.
And not only that too, I mean, biosecurity.
Yeah, that's
we
also
do have to watch that with this many animals at one location.
Yeah.
So
Understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to cause any problems.
Right.
Alrighty, so we're in here at our beef store. We have these glass freezers that we have baskets in, and they're all labeled. It's really nice for when people come into the store. They're not fumbling through bags or big totes. Everything's labeled and priced. It's very easy, and we're relaxed. So what I mean by that is people can come in and take the bins out, and they can sort through and look at size, pricing, marbling, whatever they would like. We're not like you have to pick the first thing. So I'll just kind of go over how we have it organized here.
Why don't you stand there?
Okay.
You got your
Yeah, so we
prices
do
right
have
here.
our list written up here. And then we also do have a copy on our Facebook page of our listings. But the way we kind of organize the glass freezer is we have our roast over here. Hamburger is in here, some steaks, but we also have brisket, liver. Every once in a while we can get tail, tongue, heart, a whole bunch of whatever. And then
heart's really good if you know how to cook it.
and then we have a whole bunch of steaks. We also do like stew meat, beef sticks. People love our beef sticks. You just let them thaw out and you can eat them. So I can show you guys a few things. One of our most popular steaks, I would say, would be our Delmonico. People love it. It's a nice steak for a single person or just whatever, but the way we do it is Hoffers in Ligonier does all of our butchering, and they package all of our stuff, and they put our pricing actually on there. So it's really nice. People just pull them out. They can see the price, no dilly-dally. Pretty cool. So Delmonico would probably be our most popular steak, along with a classic T-bone, of course. And like I said, we kind of let people pull baskets out, pick sizes, pretty much whatever we let people. And this is kind of cool. We have hamburgers, but they're already pre-pattied and they come in packs of 4. People really actually like to do that. They
look like Wendy's.
Yes, we get that a lot. Yeah, so people actually like them. You just thaw them out and you can just throw them right on your grill, which is pretty cool. But of course we sell our pound, just regular ground beef. And then probably our most popular roast would be our chuck roast, of course. And people love that. You can just throw it in the crock pot and it just falls apart so good. You would have to try our chuck roast. But all of our meat is amazing, of course. And like I said, it's right here on the farm. You can't get any more real than that. But we do have a card machine now, which is exciting. We were only cash or check, but we actually went to a farmer's market over last summer, and we realized people don't carry that much cash on them. Checkbooks aren't always a thing anymore. So we got into a card machine, which has really helped us with people coming in, just swinging by after work or whatever. They always have their card on them and can buy as much as they would like, so that's really good. We do sell quarter, half, and whole beef, and people also like that. People will come and try our meat, and they're like, oh, I gotta fill my freezer up with this. So then they will buy a quarter or a half or a whole and split it between their family, and that has also really helped us in business. And all of our meat is USDA inspected. Like I said, Hoffers and Ligonier, they do all of that for us, because you cannot sell beef like this unless it is USDA inspected. So
That is correct.
yes. Okay, so now we're outside of our store. This is normally where people walk, come in, everything like that. We were kind of talking about our quarter, halves, and wholes. And we just, you know, us as beef farmers, we really do think, you know, you should be supporting, you know, people that bring it directly from the farm. And our pricing and stuff like that is simply because we do this out of consideration for local people, and we really appreciate people that come and support us, not only with our beef here, but just in general, when we have anything going on here, and coming out to the store and supporting us and getting your meat directly from your farm, not only from us but any farm around you. Honestly, go and support them, because they could really use your help, I'm sure, and you can't get anything better than that.
Now, if I can get everybody to kind of come in real quick, I just want to see everybody's. It's not a bad question.
Okay.
It's a,
Okay. We got the trick question.
So I sent them questions just to see, you know, what bases we could cover. The one question I didn't send them is, if you had a blank check right now, what would you buy?
It's probably going to be different for all of us. So
We'll start over here.
I'd pay off all the debt that the farm has right now, because if you own a farm, you're gonna have debt if you want to grow it, and now we're at that point. So.
I'd say the same.
I probably should say the same, but honestly, we have some equipment wore out, so I would replace some equipment right
He
away.
probably wants a new combine.
But definitely a new combine.
What kind of combine you got right now?
I have a John Deere 9750.
Okay. So he wants the latest and greatest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is about wore out, so.
Anyhow, but he was right. Pay down debt should be number one priority.
Well, it's a blank check. You can buy all kinds of stuff.
There you go. There you go.
I think the Lord has provided us with everything we need when we need it, and that's all I can say. I mean, of course, I'd rather pay down debt, but the Lord sees us through all that.
That one thing. What's one thing that Mom wants?
The Lord provides everything
All
I need.
right, okay.
Really.
Maybe another hour or two in the day.
Maybe.
Probably a check for you.
Well, yeah, it's not for me, but for the farm, same thing.
Well, don't have to be just for them.
Trying to be nice. But if it was just for me, it'd be a big truck.
Okay.
Because he would like to start his own trucking. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's just hard. One thing. That's.
It don't have to be just one. It's a blank
I could
check.
list a lot of things.
How much video time do I have left?
Yeah, I mean another, debt obviously. Another farm close by. Combine, tractors, other equipment. But yeah, I mean, same. The Lord's provided us, blessed us so much. It's crazy. So.
And this all came from me reaching out to Emma here.
Yes.
So, yep.
So hopefully we can promote you all and get you out there, and maybe you get more people coming in.
Yes,
All right.
that would be great.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.